But, so a narcotics detective is not going to come out because you're already interviewed by a detective, all right? That being said, if you're willing to talk about it, because I have some experience in the matter, would you be willing to talk to me about the narcotics located in your bag?
What is there to talk about?
Or just have some questions?
I'm listening.
All right, so with that being said though, because you read your Miranda warnings on scene, right in front of myself, Officer Knowlton, Detective Ramos read them to you, your Miranda warnings are still applicable. Do you remember those Miranda warnings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you want me to read them to you again?
No.
And you're still willing to talk to us, correct?
That's right.
Okay, so, like I said, man, because you were arrested, right, we searched your personal stuff, okay? The bag that you were wearing the bag, right, when Officer Knowles stopped you?
Hmm?
You had the bag on you when Officer Knowles stopped you, or was it just on the scooter?
It was on my scooter.
Okay, well, your ID's in the bag too, right? And then all those
I
like,
put my phone in my wallet probably. In
Yeah.
my bag when I got up.
okay, alright. So, we already checked too, right? Your medical card ain't good. It hasn't been good for like 3 years, right? The prescription's been expired since like 21, right? I would assume you haven't renewed that medical prescription at all, right? Okay.
I don't remember.
Alright. Well, I know you didn't because we looked it up. I mean, the system right now is just still 21.
So you don't have to ask me.
I'm just asking you if you did or not. It's just not showing in our system. That's all.
I suffer from a stroke, dude. I don't really remember that.
Okay. All right. The only other issue I have, right, is you're saying that you're there to give the neighborhood kids candy, which is why you go over there,
No,
right?
that's not why I said I was there.
For the kids.
I said that I've been there, and I said that's what I had done before. I used to run a house store.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about my life story, so let's talk about whatever else we had to talk about.
So what was in the bag total that you had in you?
Probably my ID and my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the other stuff in the bag.
Whatever was in the bag, I couldn't tell you. My phone and my wallet, if I put it in there.
Why couldn't you tell me what else is in the bag?
Because I don't remember. I don't know.
Okay. So, I had a bunch of power tools, right? The batteries to the power tools. There's like a drill. You had your bike lock in there, like a bike lock thing. You know what I'm talking about, like a cord to
Like a
lock.
lock for my scooter.
Yeah, that was in there, right? And then, like I mentioned to you previously, right? Yeah,
And you said a drill?
I don't know. It's like a Ryobi tool.
My air pump?
Oh, sure. Yeah, if it's an air pump,
Okay.
I thought it was a drill. That's not bad.
Whatever.
Okay. And then obviously, right, we searched the rest of it. Okay. You had the synthetic cannabinoids in there, right? Which I would assume you're under the impression was marijuana.
That's what I thought.
Okay. And then you had the mushrooms in there, right? Because that's in that bag
I
too.
don't know what was on there.
Did somebody give you the bag and you just didn't know what was in it?
So what does it all break down to? What's supposed to be going in there?
So what it all breaks down to is if you're willing to talk to me, right, is I would like to know where you're getting it from. That's basically what it breaks down to.
I got my weed from the flea market.
From the flea market.
Yeah.
They're just selling it. Which flea market?
We only have one flea market, don't we?
Well, there's the one on MLK and then there's the like Hispanic one over on
I don't speak
Ortiz.
Spanish, so I guess I only have to go to one.
So you went to the one at MLK?
That would have to
Okay.
be the one probably.
Is that where you got the gummies too? From the same place?
If it was in my bag, then that's probably where I got it.
And what about the mushrooms?
Shit, I don't even know. I don't. It's probably the same place. I mean, whatever I got from there was probably there.
Now, is this just like a stand that you go to? Or is it like, what is it?
I don't even remember this. Because, I mean, sometimes they sell it at stores.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sometimes, but all the time they sell hell's THC everywhere. So, I mean, it's like at every corner store.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them might have been from like the corner store, and the other one was from the Flea Masters.
Okay. Why are you, why do you
Because I
have the,
smoke.
what?
Because I smoke, if you were gonna ask me why.
No, what I'm asking is why do you have the scale with you?
So I can know how much I smoke.
And why do you have the bags?
I just bought
I
bags.
don't know, why?
Because I need them. I have a family. And I make lunches, you know. I send my kids to school.
But you see where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, but
You have a large amount of synthetic cannabinoids.
but I have
Mushrooms, you have THC gummies, you have a scale, and you have baggies.
all that is for me, dude.
All of it is for you.
Yes, I do all of those products.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is for me.
Because that's a little past personal use, I can tell you that right now. That's a lot of weed to be in possession of at one time.
Dude,
Excuse me, synthetic cannabinoids, spice. That's a lot of spice to be in possession
dude,
of.
I live in Lehigh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there ain't really too many places in Lehigh, I guess. I don't know. I just moved there, so I wouldn't really know. I know Fort Myers, so I guess that's why I came to Fort Myers and loaded up.
Okay.
I don't know how else.
So the other issue that we're facing too is you got a bunch of quick count stacks in there, right? You got 20s in your wallet, you got 20s individually in your bag, right? And typically if somebody carries money on them, right, you're going to carry it all in your wallet and or you're going to carry it in your pocket, right? And it's going to be organized, correct? You would agree with that?
Agree with what?
That's traditionally how you would carry money, either in your wallet or in your pocket, and it's just organized, good to go?
I actually just left from the store,
Okay.
so I mean, my money was kind of fumbled.
Alright, so ultimately probably a best option that we didn't call a narc out here because this went about as well as I thought it was going to be. Okay. I think you're telling me the truth to a certain extent, but I don't think you're telling me the whole truth. All right. It's my belief that you're selling on the side of also using. I 100% believe you that you use, right? But to be in possession of a scale, baggies, quick count stacks like that with 20s individually. Well, you had one that was a single 20, and then you had two 20s together, and then in your wallet you had a 20, but then you had two 20s together again. That is also highly typical and common in the sale of illegal narcotics, okay? When people do hand-to-hand transactions, that's how money is exchanged, right? That being said, most people don't weigh their weed when they put it in a blunt, okay? You just know what's going in that blunt, you know how much is in that joint or whatever you have.
When it's fake weed, you kind of don't want to put too much, bro.
I guess. I mean, but that's kind of weird. I mean, how long have you been smoking?
I guess for like the past years, maybe like a year.
So you know how much is a gram.
Like I've tried. I don't know how much a gram is.
You know how much is too much.
I know how much a gram is when I look at it. You know, when I put it on something.
You weigh your synthetic cannabinoids out every single time you smoke them.
I don't weigh out a gram. Like I actually weigh out like 2 grams, and I would smoke it. And like, how would I say that? Increments. I don't know how you would say that. But parts.
Okay. That's the story you're sticking to, boss. You got anything else? You got any questions?
I'm still listening to yours.
No, I don't have anything else. That's what I'm asking.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say. I mean, I bought some fake weed and
The guy that you buy from in the flea market,
I
do you
can
just...
tell you, sometimes there's women, sometimes there's
So whoever
dudes.
you buy from in the flea market, right? I just said a guy because it's an assumption.
It's not just one place, dude, so I couldn't even tell you where, or I'm not gonna try to tell you where. Like there's like a million places, so I would have to tell you that there's like everywhere it sells synthetic weed. Like I don't even go to a corner store and look at the rack. Soon as you walk in and look up, it's like right there. You don't even have to go to the flea masters. Like you can just go to a corner store.
What about the mushrooms? Because that's not being sold at corner stores.
I found that.
You found it?
Yeah.
What do you mean you found it?
I guess it was in my bag. just like you found it.
You just found mushrooms. Magic mushrooms. You just found them in your bag. You don't remember where you got those from?
Or not, but motherfucker, maybe I thought they were just weed. I don't know.
You thought mushrooms were just weed?
I don't know. They were all in a bag, is what I just told you.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm telling you. I don't. But I mean, I do mushrooms too, so I don't have a problem with mushrooms. So yeah, I have.
You remember where you got the mushrooms from?
Huh?
So do you remember where you got the mushrooms from?
It would have to be the same place I got fake weed from. I mean,
The flea market?
or a store. I mean,
Well, I mean, unless the store's selling mushrooms on the side, they're not just
I'm
selling
pretty sure it would
mushrooms.
be like the Fleet Masters though, so I don't really know.
Is that typically where you're going? To get
No.
stuff like that? So there's no one selling to you? You don't got one guy, girl,
go-
whoever that sells
Like-
mushrooms?
Like I said, I go everywhere. They sell fake weed everywhere, so there's
Right, I believe that, but what I'm saying is not everywhere magic mushrooms aren't sold everywhere.
like I just said, that was found just like you found it. I have no clue, but I do mushrooms, and like I said, if I had found them in my bag, just like you found them, shit, I wish I'd have seen them.
And you were going to the apartment complex initially to visit the neighborhood kids?
I have a brother-in-law right there on Edgewood, and every time I'm in that area, I stop at Tiffany Village, I stop at whatever that place is called, I stop down the road at some kind of courts on Veronica Shoemaker, and I check on all these kids. Because I used to run a house store, you're like, yeah, I used to run a house store, like all these kids like to fight and all this shit, and I used to stop all these fights and sell candy and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, not like you really give a fuck, but that's what I did. I mean, and sorry, I still check on the fucking kids. You know?
No, I'm just asking. I'm just trying to make sense of all of it.
Again, I said it a million times, so I don't know. I don't know how else to say it or whatever. It's like, you know, I don't sell weed, I don't sell drugs, I'm a motherfucking disabled man. I was out there checking on somebody and obviously was at the wrong place at the wrong time and somebody about to hit me. And
All right, man. You got any questions?
when do I get to use the phone?
When you get booked into the Lee County Jail, which shouldn't
When do
be
I
too
get
much
there?
longer. Shouldn't be too much longer. We had a lot of property to submit. It took us a minute because we had to try and find a way to transport your scooter here because we weren't just going to leave that on the side of the
Well,
road.
I also have medical problems. Like I am almost to the point where I need my medication. Like what
What
time is it?
medication?
I've had open heart surgery, so I take, what would today be? I take 15 milligrams of warfarin. I take 100 milligrams of Vinpat. I take 100 milligrams of Zonegran.
Is all this stuff at your house?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the county jail has a whole entire medical division and a medical staff. They'll be able to get you what you
really
need.
do something about it because I don't really want to have a seizure in this motherfucker. So I'm
I
just
see.
seeing a little bit, dude. Have a good one.
Okay.